We're going to have to double check here. So you turn the VOD review channel to fall asleep to. Ad blocker, yes, I assume?
No. I just
Okay,
kinda
bonus
throw it on my
points, bonus
TV.
points. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so the big fan status is going up. Prime sub a few times. Now, are we talking like 2, 3, 3, 4? Do you know?
I think it's like 2.
That's not. That's
2.
a couple. That's not a few. So that's
I
minus some major points.
I think I played Pugs once.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you might be in the top 300, 400, but I think that you're massively overstating your fan level. By the way, so I'm gonna have to dock some points. But we can. So I do have your credit card information on file, so we can talk maybe when the session's over. Maybe we could kind of sort that out. Like, I'm talking like major financial irresponsibility. That is on the cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally on the card. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so you can negotiate for the first spot, but you're gonna have to jump some hurdles. Just a fair warning.
Okay, you know what? I think I can make do with that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So we have 354 hours on Venture. At the time of the forum, you were low GM. I assume you're probably still somewhere around there, maybe a little higher with the whole rank
I
reset.
am 179 GM 3
Nice.
some
Okay.
11%.
So scooted up just a little bit, obviously, because now GM5 back then was like ridiculously impressive, and now you're more higher up. So that's good.
Yeah, I honestly don't really like it. I feel like I got boosted and
Well,
I don't
okay.
know.
So here's the thing. GM3 being in like the top 200 is kind of how Overwatch GM has always worked. Always should be anyway. Like, I remember back in the day, top 500 was like the equivalent of like you'd start chipping away around top 200 and like 4.3 somewhere around there, right? Which is kind of where you're at, right? Like you're exactly where you were at in Overwatch 1, basically. The problem is that Overwatch 2 has swung around from like season 4, season 8, where like everybody was GM, like literally 3% of players or something like that were GM, versus post season 9, where it was ridiculously hard to reach.
Yeah, it was like
Grandmaster.
0.3% of the player
Well, you
base,
saw
wasn't
it, right? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, basically, going from Masters 5 to Masters 1 was, like, as big of a jump as going from, like, Bronze 5 to Gold 1. It was, like, insane. Like, it was a huge jump in skill in terms of percentage-wise. So, their whole bell curve has been fricked up for a long time. It's kind of fluctuated all over the place. And so, I'd say now, like, on paper, now it should be, like, more accurate. So, I don't know. Like, I would just look at things, like, objectively and be like, have you improved significantly since you fill out the form? Probably not. Have you improved a little bit? Maybe. Is your rank more accurate of your skill? Definitely. I mean, I think like GM5, you weren't as much of an outlier in the rank system as you should have been. Is basically kind of where I'd say. So yeah.
Okay.
Venture OTP. Tell me about your like history as a player.
Okay, so this goes all the way back to early, like middle elementary school. I played Overwatch 1 a little bit, like super casually, like Reinhardt, Zarya, Winston, like if Fortnite got boring. And then I pretty much stopped like dead Overwatch 1, like Diamond top 500 Overwatch 1. And then come Overwatch 2, I start playing the game again, and I fall in love with Sombra. And then it kind of went from Sombra to Ball for a while, but then 5v5 tank is just the best role, super fun to play, and I was like going back to Sombra for a little bit, and then Venture came out, and it was just like neuron activated. Like, this is my character.
I'm trying to think. I think Venture might be my third most played character in Overwatch 2, something like that. Definitely in my top, near my top. Definitely, I definitely get it. So, cool. I guess we could sit here and describe why, but I think that's probably pretty self-explanatory. Unique, engages, cool, visceral, fun. You know, the usual.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah. That's boy, that's clever there. You get a couple of hours a day, around 8 to 10 per week. Any questions about training time? I mean, you're a GM player, like you know what it takes, right? Like you know what.
Yeah. During the summer, I'd clock like 8-10 hours a day on my off days.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously with school starting, it's pretty difficult to get hours in. So I'll usually
Yeah,
wake up at like 4:45 and get like, if I'm having a good day, like 5 games in.
sure.
Um, and then like after
Are you
school,
still sleeping?
oh yeah, I go to bed at like 8 or
Okay,
9. I
that's
try.
crazy. Okay, that's fine then. That's fine. All right. As long as you're getting 8.5. How old are you?
16.
Yeah, so as long as you're getting like 8.5, you're probably fine. But yeah, I mean, it depends on your person. But yeah, I mean, I've worked with people before who also, like you, were in school. I worked with a 13-year-old kid before. He was getting up at like 4:45 to get games in. So okay, that's fine. Um, any questions then about training time? Then I mean, we like you said, it sounds like you kind of already know what you need to do, and your training time is limited during school days, but that's normal. Anything come to mind?
Um, I do have some specific questions, but
Sure.
I don't. Do you want those now
Might as well. Yeah,
or
go for
after
it.
the VOD?
Yeah, we can go
So
for it. Yeah.
my main ones, the first one that came to mind was how to play Oasis Adventure because I used to log my win rates on maps, and Antarctic Peninsula and Oasis were like below 40%. Like I would actively dodge games going into those maps because I knew I was just going to lose.
Okay. Okay. If you don't, do you have one recently?
Um, I have an Oasis game recently, but it was a free game. My tank was like 20-1. Um,
Okay. I'm looking right now, and I'm not seeing any outliers on map win rates for Oasis. Like, I'm checking right now. I'm like Oasis win rates, and it seems like it's fine. And on paper, it shouldn't be bad. So it's definitely a you issue, or maybe just a little bit of bad luck, right? Like, as an individual player, like how many times have you played Oasis? Maybe like a dozen times. Like that's not very many times. You know what I'm saying? Like you really could just be
yeah.
unlucky 4 or 5 games out of that, and then that's going to completely skew your win rate badly. I mean, we can look at it if you feel lost, but like you could just be unlucky. But yeah, we can talk about it conceptually really quickly if you want.
I mean, for me, I feel like a lot of the problem comes from the angles that hit scans take because I play on console. So if I get like a soldier BAP Mercy comp, I've got this
Yeah,
soldier on the right side holding, let's say, City Center, for example, the one
yeah,
with the
yeah,
cars.
yeah.
The Ash or in the BAP can usually hold that high ground very well, and then soldiers holding those angles, and I feel like I'm split between taking the 2v1 with the Ash, BAP, or Mercy, or going after soldier, and then he out mobilities me because sprint he just runs away,
Yeah,
and
well,
then
I
there's
mean,
usually Diva, so I'm just
yeah, I mean, you're playing console, so it's always going to be Diva. Let's just quickly run through all the angles. We'll do like a speed session to be respectful of your time. Um, so city center, here we go. Okay, so first things first. You were saying here you were struggling with hit scan stuff here, basically.
oh, is it not gonna let me see the screen because
Yeah,
it's for video? Because I'm talking to you through the Xbox right now.
Okay, you might have to go. Do you have Discord on your phone?
Yes.
That you will definitely be able to see screen share through that.
Okay. Let me watch stream. Look at that.
All good?
Oh, it's making me talk through my now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Your phone mic is fine. Like, okay. It doesn't matter. I've done full sessions through my phone, so it's not a problem. Are you saying, like, you're kind of struggling through, like, stuff over here? Like, hit scans up here?
Yeah, like this area, I usually try and hold that one the most.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, this area is pretty good for you. Like, it's a little awkward because you can't burrow to top, but you can drill the top. And then you can also use this as staging ground as well. So what I would say is just the rule, I mean, this is the Overwatch rule, and probably something that we're going to talk about, is just focus exclusively on what spaces feel good for you and don't worry too much about threats on those spaces. In other words, like, I'm not prioritizing this high ground because there's hit scan. I'm just prioritizing it because there's all these little small rooms and these verticalities that I can play, right? So if you're struggling in this map, it might be that you're overthinking about, like, trying to deal with specific threats in specific locations and more just being like, hey, this area is, like, really good for me, so let me just pressure here and see what happens, right? Like it's not just there. Like you're okay over here as well. There's like a decent amount of cover here. You're on point. You're pretty bad. Like on point's like really really broad. So you're probably going to be kind of rotating on the clock all the way around or playing spaces over here. But I mean, if you're there, then deal with it. If not, it's not really your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to be like, I have to deal with a pocketed hit scan. I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I would also say that like this is probably going to be your weakest point as well, just because of how spread it is, right? So if you struggle on this point, that's pretty normal, just because characters like Tracer, Sombra, Soldier, whatever, are just going to be probably a little better than you. Now, yeah, go ahead.
Me personally, I feel like University is atrocious for any and all flankers. I don't know if that's just a me take.
I didn't mean to do that. Kind of. No. What is going on here? Kind of. So so this isn't University. Are you good with this one?
Yes.
Good with
Garden's honestly really fun to play.
Yeah, Garden's probably your best one. Garden's your best one. This is gonna be, but University might be your second best one. It just might be that the way that you're playing it. So like, University is just there's fewer options. So, this space is really powerful for you. This space is really powerful for you. This space is really powerful for you. And don't hesitate to go literally all the way onto the flank and do this kind of nonsense. This space is really powerful for you as well. So
like holding those stairs and then rotating underneath with burrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing with this map is there's no gray areas for flankers. In other words, you can't really be like here. It feels a little awkward depending on the situation. Like it's very easy to get poked out, but you can just full commit to here. And because like hard flanking in this map is really, really good because of what the map allows you to. If you're here and you're like, I can't do anything to the threats over here. Maybe that's where you find yourself sometimes. Don't sit here. Just go here and then start playing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like go all the way into the back line. Because for them to deal with you, they have to walk here, and then that's really, really scary for them.
Yeah, so I think that's my problem. I got so used to Smarter that I would just hold kind of these soldier type angles where I wouldn't be like close enough to commit, but I'd be far enough away that I was engaging with them.
Well, that's just it, right? Like, I mean, you have the major perk that can still kind of function like that, but clearly it's not as consistent. So, like, yeah, you can't consistently pressure from this range. You're going to have to close the distance. And if you're here and you're thinking, how do I close the distance here? And this is your choice, you're probably going to have a hard time. You know, so the only way to close the distance is by rotating deeper and deeper into their spawn. Now, the good news is if you come from this side, if you can come from this side, this is good, and this rotation is also really easy, and you can kind of go from this way. But there's nothing wrong with just biting the bullet and going all the way around behind. Like, I would say this way, this is a fine map for adventure, but you don't have a lot of choices. You just have to find the one choice or the two choices and just make it work. Okay. Because there's not a lot of variety here. I mean, if you ever played like Tracer versus like Cassidy and Torb and crap here, you can like definitely off angle from here, but if they're marking every angle, you might actually have to go all the way into their spawn just to get a good off angle, right? Because they're like holding every lane. So
yeah, I've played Venture into Torb Cassidy there.
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. But the thing is that that's what makes Venture really strong is between Burrow and Shields, you're a lot more self-sufficient, so you can kind of just live on their backline, right? Characters like Genji can't do that, right? But characters like Tracer, Sombra, Venture can. So the more self-sustain that you have, the deeper your angle can be. So you're probably just not exploiting that enough. Okay. Any other questions? You said you had a couple other ones.
So this one's more of a general one, but I'm sure you can give me a straightforward answer here. But do you think Venture is one trickable to champ, like realistically?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think especially now, because Champ is not nearly as exclusive as it used to be. That's good. Like, it was ridiculous. There's like 30 players at Champ, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's actually like, I would say, what is Champ now? Like top 100? Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you even look at like the win rates right now on Grandmaster and Champion in America, and like Venture's not near the top, but Venture's also like, I mean, Venture's middling. I mean, that's a good sign, you know. Yeah, Venture's fine. Wait, is Venture middling? Well, I'm looking at the stats here. Yeah, no, Venture's above middling. So Venture's actually I think slightly above average or right at average for win rates at GM plus. So you're fine.
All right.
Yeah,
So there's this thing I kind of do sometimes when I get a little tilted
yeah.
and I just can't really flank. I call it Brigture, where I just kind of sit with my supports and like bully anyone who comes forward. Is that a good idea
Well, why
playing
can't you
reserve
flank?
like that?
Why can't you flank?
Um,
It's probably like a
well,
hero problem or a map
typically
problem.
it's sometimes it's definitely a map problem. Like what's a map that I'm blanking.
That's okay. Well, let's just look at it
Um,
conceptually then. The answer is it's no, it's not fine to stay on top of your supports, right? But like let me just give you an example here. I'm just gonna pick a random map. Just turn off my eye, turn off my eyes. I say, just go sure, jungle done. Okay, perfect. Um, if you're in situations where it's like might kind of reflect more on again your concept of like, oh, I have to go for certain targets and stuff, which is just not true. So like, let's say that you're attacking Junkertown, right? And they're running double sniper, okay? And their double snipers are like way here and here, and you're like, I can't get to these guys, or maybe they're running flankers that you can't really stay on. If you just want to kind of sit, if the card's here and the fight's happening here, and you just want to poke tank and mark their flanker holding here, that's fine. Like, again, it just starts with space. Everything revolves around what space do you want to control with Venture, and then you fight for that space. Don't look at the battlefield and be like, oh, I have to go deal with the backline because that's what Venture does. Like, if this space is not something that you can do and you have to sit closer to your backline, that's fine. That's totally fine.
okay.
So we'll probably look at it in the review. Those questions will probably be answered. But yeah, if you're getting tilted, it's probably because you not familiar with the map or the matchups as much, and you just need to take that as a learning opportunity. And I think going for an easy solution, like, oh, I'm just going to sit with my supports and deny the enemy team, unless that's what you strategically want to practice, then don't do that. Don't give up. Like, at least lose the game trying to explore or learn or theory craft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, yeah, this is good. I feel like a lot of my problems come from the fact that I'm worried about specific things instead of
Yeah.
like the whole battle
Picture.
at once.
Yeah. Exactly. We'll probably see it reflected in your gameplay as well. Okay. Any other questions?
Um, kind of already answered that one. I mean, Antarctic Peninsula is another very bad map for me. Venture wise, I feel like I can't do anything for lack of a better word. Like I'll go forward and it feels like I get pressured so violently because the way people hold that map, I just feel like
Yeah.
sometimes isn't
Just
good. I don't.
probably more of a flank style thing, right? Like, I'm thinking about Antarctic Peninsula and I'm thinking it's got some long sightlines, right, at points. And if you're not finding ways to stage aggressively and finding flanks, then yeah, you're going to struggle.
Okay.
It's very similar, most likely, towards what some of your questions were with, like, if I just go randomly to Antarctic Peninsula here, the first map that I see here, which is going to be Icebreaker, I think, maybe? No, sub-level. Okay, so first thing I look at here, right? Yeah, I mean, this is long. You know what I'm saying? So you better get into here, or you better find a way to flank from here and literally play them from here. Like, literally behind. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm looking for with Venture, right? Is you have the capability of staging for free without being contested, or even from here. Heck, if they're on this high ground here and you get the time to, I mean, you could do silly stuff like this here, you know? You have so many little locations and health packs and gank angles and all sorts of crap like that, and it's like, I don't know, maybe you're being not flank heavy enough on the maps that are open, because yeah, you can't just stand here and poke. You're gonna get poked out, you know? You have to find the areas where you can play safely and where you can find cover. More general stuff, but again, we'll look at it in your gameplay.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I get very. I mean, I've got a lot of words.
Sure,
Like
that's fine.
I also feel like I kind of like I build such a battle plan in my head that like how things
are probably going to happen that I'm not focused on the in the moment part of what's actually happening. Like,
Sure.
and that I feel like it gets me killed very often because I'm like, okay, we have these cooldowns. They don't have those cooldowns. If I take these angles, my team pushes up, then we might win. But then I'm not paying
Yeah.
attention, and like an immort goes out, and then the whole fight comes lopsided because I fed.
Right, because you're factoring in, you're literally just doing math. You know, like if you get one number wrong, you screw it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's why you just have to simplify things. It's just like you just put out as much pressure as you possibly can. And I think the key thing is like when those kind of decisions and those kind of remembering cooldowns like that matters when you're going for opportunities, right? In other words, if I'm on this angle here, when do I just keep poking here versus when do I commit with a drill dash, right? And it's when they don't have CDs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the question is just like, well, when do I know that they don't have CDs? You know, what CDs am I looking for? When should I do that versus when should I keep poking? How do I force those CDs? So the answer is you just keep shooting. You will force those CDs. And then eventually you're going to see an opportunity to turn an advantage into a kill. And if you're messing... See, that's the problem with Venture, right? The weakness and the thing that feels good about Venture at the same time is that there is so many opportunities for high risk. There's always an opportunity for a high risk angle, right? Now, I'm not saying sitting here and poking, like that may or may not be high risk. I'm saying committing the cooldown N. So if you're misreading the situation, then that's your problem. And I think the key thing to point out is that the thing that simplifies it is generally in most of these engagements, there's really only a couple of cooldowns that are relevant, right? If I'm dueling a BAP here, I only really need to know the status of lamp and shift, right? Unless you're fighting 5 people, in which case you probably shouldn't be committing anyway, you don't really need to track 17 different cooldowns, just the ones that are relevant to your screen. Make sense?
Yeah.
And we'll look at that in the review. Any other questions?
Nothing in specific.
Okay. Review time?
Sounds like it.
All right. Yeah, a lot of your stuff is pretty tricky to answer conceptually. It's just like, well, yeah, it depends. So
Yeah, that's
What-
I feel
what-
that a lot because it's like at this point it's like the game themselves are so like nuanced, like every split second is
right.
the game.
But the good news is that in terms of why those things are actually being difficult for you, the answer is probably pretty simple and a lot less complicated than you think.
All right, you want the code?
Yes, please.
MKN
Mm-hmm.
G2S.
G2S. Okay.
This game is rough for sure.
Okay.
So my team blamed me for the loss entirely.
Yeah.
So I definitely could have played way better here, but I also the people on the enemy team, they invited me to a VC and said that I was the only one doing anything.
Well,
So I feel like
so like let's kind of talk about like Venture conceptually. Like if you look at your comp and the enemy comp, there's a lot of heroes on our screen right now that are generally going to have more high risk, high reward outputs, right? Roadhog, right? Well, honestly, Roadhog's kind of mid, to be honest, but like definitely Ball, definitely you, maybe Ana, depending on the situation, maybe Reaper. Right, so there's just a handful of characters that doesn't mean they're bad or good designs. They're just going to have more opportunity to initiate. Let's put it that way. Like there's going to be more opportunities to make big investments and big failures. And Ana misses an anti-nade, gets killed. She just can fold to certain characters easily. Same thing with Wrecking Ball. Same thing with you. Even Tracer, right? So what I'm saying here is you might have been a feeder this game, but a lot of Venture is going to be you're going to live and die by your decisions. You have a lot of autonomy on what you can do, right? A lot of risk. So, yeah, you're going to get flamed, and you're also going to get accused of, or people are going to like freaking tilt at you because you're killing 6 every fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of the nature of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The good news is that you often get immediate feedback for your mistakes. That's the thing, which is really good. So. I'm unclear in this. Maybe you know the answer to this one. Is drill dash burrow drill dash better than burrowing drill dash for rollout?
I usually do drill dash burrow drill dash.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you're just late to the party here, and so we wanted to have a drill dash. So okay. So like this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about right here. So you kind of autopiloted on this angle just to clear it out. Okay, fine. But then now, like, as they've abandoned this angle, so, like, Tracers died or left or whatever. Yeah, Tracers left. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm talking about, where, like, this space no longer makes any sense for you. Why?
Because, I mean, Tracer's coming up behind us here. And...
You didn't know that. Go with the information that you do have.
Okay. I mean,
what are you
Reaper's
looking
dead.
for with Venture, right? Like, what are you looking for with Venture? Simplify it. What makes Venture unique compared to other DPS?
I mean, the combo, the self-sustain.
Sure, so how do you leverage that combo self-sustain? Where are you positioning? That's what I'm looking for, right?
Honestly, normally what I do here is, like, when I'm, like, prepared, I think I was coming back from somewhere, is I'll come out of spawn, and then I'll burrow behind Hotel, and I'll take the high grounds back there behind Ana Juno where they're playing at. I'll take
like
those
here.
high grounds.
So you'll go from like here, right? Yeah. But again, I'm looking for a conceptual answer, not an, oh, usually what I do. Why? Why do you take those angles? What's good about that angle?
Because I'm able to pull attention.
Why?
I'm able to, because...
How? What positions do you like with Venture? I'm being tough on you here. I want you to come up with an answer
here. Because they're behind them.
Sure. But why? But like, why? If you're going to be behind them, why not be here? Why would you be here? Dumb answer, dumb question, right? Can you do damage here?
15 meters of range.
Right. So that's it. If even that, right? If you're talking about the effective range of your drill dash too, in case you want to burn people with a combo, it's even less. It's like 5, 6, 7, right? Tops. So right now, you were close to people, and then now you're not. So you need to get closer to people. So where should you be your next off angle? Well, that's tricky, isn't it? Right?
Probably where your mouse is.
Yeah, I mean, I can go over here if I'd like. Yeah, absolutely. And then I can rotate from there. But this is only a step in the process, because this is still too far. This would be more of a way to get to here. But there's an alternative option as well. You could double back and go here as well, because this would also work, right? This poke angle here too. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Do not roll out. Never roll out unless you're just blind rolling out to see what the enemy team is. But as soon as you get to here, do not follow a flow chart of Overwatch, because things might change.
Okay.
Right? So all you need to do here is go, okay, how can I get closer to these people? What off angle can I get to? And so here, you're trolling, because this is not a good off angle. You're standing in front of like multiple people at their effective range. It's not bad shooting tank. There's nothing wrong. Like if you maybe even shot Hog from here, it might have been a little bit better. But you're just standing in front of them. So this here makes sense, but it took you too long and you almost died for it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then in addition to that, okay, your ball's dead, but at the very least, we could be staging and setting up for the next fight, but we're going to be a little bit slow doing that. Honestly, I don't think you needed to run out. I think given their comp, I don't think anybody can chase you in here. I think you're too fast. Something to consider. Okay. This isn't deep enough. This isn't deep enough. I mean, look at the situation again here. What space do you need with Venture?
The stuff behind them.
Yeah, small steps, right? Like, so if you're gonna, I would even drill dash here, get to here and get into here, right? We need to be safe in here, right? And then go from here. This is not safe. It's not terrible because it's kind of closer, but it's spooky, right? I want you getting close. This is better. Yeah, see, this is good space for you, right? Why?
Because I'm in their face.
Mm-hmm.
And I push them back. Past point.
Is it an off angle? Is it an off angle? Yes, of course. Look at your ball. Look at your Reaper. Look at your backline walking forward. Nobody's controlling this space at all. I mean, if they were, at least you're splitting in 2 different directions. Now, the rule of venture most of the time, if a tank fills your angle, then you need to be very careful. It's not a bad thing, but you need to be careful. So here, big. Now what? Yeah, choices here.
Go forward.
Go forward to where? Because it has to be another small area. Where?
Normally what I do here is I drill dash into their backline and then shoot up to that high ground on the left and poke.
Sure, works for me. Could you also stay on point here? Like here or here? Yeah?
Yeah.
You could, because it's another short range off angle. You could. Your choice. Sure. Space created. And now you just need to shoot or drop. Sure. Just mess the combo up. Sure. Sure. Probably would have finished them off there. But yeah. Okay. We need to be taking space.
So don't fight the Tracer.
Well, it's not about not fighting the Tracer. I didn't say don't fight the Tracer. I said you need to be taking space.
Okay.
So where should you go? Right here.
Probably to the left in the hotel.
Now you're going to be chased because you're going too early. Can you live here? No. So that's not going to work. You get what I'm saying? They're going to chase you. So you need to find an angle to where you can live. Where is that angle?
Probably behind the statue.
Yep, you need to get back into this room. Sound familiar, right? But we need to be taking space now. Now, if Tracer chases you, because she is the most likely character to chase you, can you live that? Probably, maybe, almost certainly. Okay, you got me? So take space. I think right now we're like resetting, which is fine, but also we're in spawn and we're in a situation now where we could absolutely be taking space here. Now, okay, fine. You want to wait for your team, that's fine. But as soon as you possibly can, we must take space. Like right now, you need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. In terms of rotations, you need to be a little bit faster with this. How do you rotate here faster?
Drill dash sooner.
Correct. Immediately. Drill dash immediately to here, then go to here, and then you can hold your burrow here so that you get your drill dash a second time, and then if anybody chases you in here, you're fine. You get what I'm saying? Take space. Where's your next position to go, and go there decisively. Your decision here to go here is fine. Like, it's not a bad position because getting here is fine. It's just, it's not near fast enough, and you probably should have died for that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You're just praying that he misses the hook. Don't let him miss a hook and carry through that. Like, that's too RNG. Way too RNG. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. This is a small range, short range off angle. We can hold here. Being with your tank is fine. It's just you have pressure from your team elsewhere. Okay, we have to start taking the space here. Where's the space to take? Because you see what's happening is you're autopiloting going back to this window because you always go there. But does it make any sense to go here anymore? Is this a short range off angle anymore?
No.
You get what I'm saying? So like then it doesn't make sense to go in here. Okay, so then where's the next place to take space here?
I mean, more specifically, right that high ground you're staring at right now. But
sure, you could.
More
but where
broadly,
else?
Within reach of their team. Literally anywhere that I can reach them.
Even here, just for a second. Stabilize here for a second, and then maybe from here we could go up top, or from here we could go here, or we could go here, or we could go here. But yeah, we got to start taking space. Like, on this map, it's pretty flank heavy, but that's fine. I don't like that we keep resetting back to here. You know, it makes these processes of retaking space so slow. Okay? Again, drill dash early, right? Drill dash early. Close that distance quickly. better. Yeah.
She kills me.
Yeah, she just destroyed you mechanically. Like, yeah, this is full clip. Yeah, you just got smoked. That's fine. Okay. Find your angle with cover sooner. And then when it comes to this ult, I just don't want you using it on main, you know? I mean, we both know that the value you're going to have with it is super inconsistent, but at least use it. You get what I'm saying? And in a position where it's going to cause some chaos.
Yeah, I'm honestly, shock is probably like, when I use shock, I'm disappointed every time. Like, I feel like I struggle using shock.
Just take an angle first, and then pop shock, and then watch them scatter and run like rats, and then just slap yourself on the back for a job well done, even though you got 0 kills. You know what I'm saying?
So kind of maybe like a flank high noon type position, and then...
But much lower risk. Okay. Much lower risk because you actually have mobility, right? So you just pop the ult, watch them all focus you down, and just burrow. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fine. Even the perk choice. So the perk, obviously, the other major or minor perk is like makes it like actually an amazing ult. But if you're gonna use this perk instead, that's also fine. But little side note with this perk doesn't do you any good if you don't drill dash while you're burrowed, which you haven't done that, right, for staging, right? It doesn't make any sense to pick this perk if you're not gonna do that. So yeah, okay, we got a little bit lucky there that the hog just kind of got caught out, but okay, where is the angle you want to hold? Because it ain't here, my friend, right? Like, with where this fight's going to happen, where is this fight going to happen? Feels like here-ish, right? So then what space do you think you're going to...
high ground that I just drill dash to coming
like
up
here?
From that soft
or here? Yeah, somewhere like here. You could also play space here as well eventually. That's probably where you want to go, but not here. Because now you're like, oh, I'm dealing with Tracer, but look at what you allowed to walk forward, right? If you'd been here... or even here, this would have been a lot more scary for them to walk forward for. And now you're not really in a position to deal with them, and so you actually have to use a CD to get to them. You see what I'm saying? So this is extremely... well, okay. It's like high risk, high reward, right? Like, if you get follow-up from your team here, which I don't know what your team is doing. Like, I don't know why we're falling back. I think it's because they're naded. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I don't know. Like, they're just AFK in the back. Like, their brain's not. But, like, your brain's not engaged either here. Like, we should have been set up for this, you know? Like, this is all in. Like, that first off should have been a kill, right? But this is not even that terrible. Do we hit the shot first is my question. I think we do. Let me look at this again. Shoot, drill dash. Shoot, melee. I mean, yeah, you do the combo. Just miss the last little bit. Yeah, and then, I mean, that's crazy that you didn't get the splash there. That sucks. You know, it sucks. But, like, I don't think... this is not one of those moments, frankly, where I'm going to go, oh, you should have tracked sleep dart or nade or this and that. Like, you just went in by yourself a little bit too early because your team is an idiot and backed off. But the most important thing that you can actionably control is that why were you starting your engage from the inside of your team?
Yeah, when I could have been up there by that high
You could have been up here where we didn't even need to use our burrow. We could have just drill dashed onto them, shot, burrowed, looked around. Oh, my team's not with me. Drill dash, get out. Easy peasy, you know? Like, you have to set up your engages by investing your time in better angles. You're a combo character, but you're not thinking about the space that you need to be controlling. You're not thinking about, like, where's my staging ground for my next engage, and that's probably why your map value is so inconsistent, right? You just never know if you're going to be in a position to do it or not. It's just totally random. Ooh, scary. Like, right now, even. Is this better for you than where you were? Which was here.
I say yes.
How so?
Because Hog, I feel like Hog has a much better chance of getting me down there.
But who else has a much better job of getting you up here? You get what I'm saying?
Widow.
Like,
yeah.
I would rather play patty cake on a corner with Hog at mid-range than peek literally 3 sniper characters. I guess Juno's not really a sniper character. Here, this is just not you playing your effective range. I think what happens here is you have this concept of, like, taking high ground and poking down is good. Taking high ground, good. High ground, good. High ground, good. But the whole point of high ground being good is contextually you can have people that are underneath you. And if people are underneath you, they cannot see you. For example, if we just deleted the 3 people on my screen right now, this position would be amazing. Why? Because you could deal with a hog, and you could shoot directly down in the ash, and there's nothing she can do about it, correct?
Yeah.
But high ground's good within context, right? And you could kind of see it here earlier. Remember when you were with your ball fighting the hog here, and you disengaged? Where did you disengage to? High ground.
The high ground.
Why? Because high ground, good, but their backline was over here, and they were actively in a position to shoot you on that high ground. This high ground was good because what? They were here, and here, and here. So you were close to them, and it was cover. But high ground's not good in a vacuum. You're looking for a short-range off angle, and if the high ground provides that, that's a best-case scenario. If it doesn't, then it's not good anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
this makes way more sense. If you could find a way to push with your tank, this makes way more sense. 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 And these are all angles because of Burrow and Drill Dash you could access, especially with the perk that you have. You have to find a way to close the distance, right?
I feel like a lot of this like come back to my team kind of gameplay became a thing like last season because I dropped from M1 to M5 on a like 19 game loss streak, and I was just like, okay, I'm playing way too aggressive. I need to dial it back, and it kind of got me into this habit of like, okay, I did something for a second, now let me run back to my team so I don't feed.
Right. But if you're dying on an angle, you're not playing their attention very well. I'm not saying you always have to be hard flank, but on a map like this with heroes that are very this slow, take the angle, you know? Take the angle. Take what's available to you right now. Pull them in towards space that's safe for you. Because the reality is, like, if you're peeking this is feeding. Because you don't have any reward for the risk here.
Yeah.
You know? This is not safer. This is more dangerous. Right? Like, that was inevitable. Okay. Where's your next rotation here?
I think...
Same crap, right?
Yeah.
Left or right. Now, left here, turns out we could just shoot tank. That's fine. You'll easily poke out tank. There's nowhere Hog can go. And then he backs up, and then where do you go from here? Let's say we poke out Hog, and then now he's here. Now what? What do we do from here?
Probably push up to that high ground, left up, or...
Then what?
And then take the high ground back there.
Yeah, why not, right? Go to here. Sit and burrow, get your drill dash. Yeah. Well, it's good here because of where they are. Even if they back up, it's probably good. But now let's give that context. What if they all backed up way over here? Well, then this doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? You got to find a way to close the distance. So here we go again. We're thinking high ground. We're thinking high ground. We're thinking high ground. But where are we? Wait, did she do the fortify cancel? I think she accidentally did the fortify cancel. This might be funny. Oh no, she just got launched. That's funny. Nice.
Four more games.
You know why? Because I've played 66 games of comp. These guys are just brain rotted out there. It's funny because 6-7.
Yes, it is funny because 6-7.
It is not funny. It's because of 6-7. Yeah, this is just you responding late. That's basically it. I mean, this fight was already lost. There. See, this is what happens when I don't appear as offline. I mean, this is fine, I guess, but obviously it's like we're not really taking a lot of space right now. Our team is getting picked off. Like, here's the reality, okay? Let me kind of break this down for you, okay? If you don't find a way to take space and apply pressure from here and pull attention and get to here and get to here, let me be very clear. Your team will not get out of this choke. Because, let me ask you a question. Who's applying more pressure? You doing this kind of nonsense from here, or a Widowmaker back here? Or an Ash back here?
Widowmaker back there.
You know what I'm saying? Your compensation for pressure is the ability to split people's attention and threaten them. Widowmaker cannot think when you're threatening her. She can't. She just can't, right? So you're taking all of that damage that would be dumped onto your Brig Orisa, which I don't know why your guy goes Brig. That's just a horrific swap, but whatever. The point being is that you're pulling their attention away. And when you can do that consistently, then you're going to allow your team to be able to walk forward from the choke. Like right now, even with the range perk, which I think is kind of silly, that should be more used as a tool to supplement your taking space. In other words, you do it right now to poke the Ashe off and hopefully hit a shot. And then once you get the Ashe chip down, you drill dash up and then stage from here. But it's not a replacement for taking space with Venture. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try and use smarter to like contest people in tight spaces.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's very easy to land.
Yeah, this is also fine. Like you guys are just kind of staggering here. Okay, do we try something different?
We need to work together.
Well, would you look at there? Would you look at that, right? Told you. Now, that was obviously not good to get hooked there and be surprised, but it's your space. This is my area. I'm good here. This is where you're one. Like, if you think about the number of characters that are really threatening in these angles, you can probably count on one thumb the number of characters that should out-destroy you in these rooms, and that's Junkrat. Literally no other character can test you. You beat Reaper in these small rooms, or at least it's a 50-50, right? Cassidy, Torb. You know what I'm saying?
So overrated Venture counter.
Who
Torb
is?
is way more annoying.
Oh, Cass? Yeah. I mean, Cass is also really bad right now. Cass is, like, terrible right now. So, like, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like, you dunk on them in this room. It's, like, really scary, right? So, like, at least it's a skill check, right? So it's like, take this space. Take this space. This is your space. Nobody should contest you here.
So, is it... Let's say I'm playing into, like, a really bad comp for Venture, like, Hog, Torb, Cass,
Yeah.
Mercy, who else?
Well,
Lightweaver.
we've already seen something like this here, right? Like, you're describing a bunch of immobile characters. So what does that mean?
That means I'm not flanking enough. I'm not taking...
Right. You could take any flank and just distract them to pieces because they can never chase you and punish you. The worst situation for Venture is playing on a map like Suravasa and to ball Sombra Tracer Moira Wuyong, where you can't connect with anything because it's constantly moving, right? That's really challenging. This is not challenging.
So in a situation where everything is moving, do you think playing more reserved as kind of like a counterbalance, I guess, to their high aggression?
It's less reserved and it's less about aggression. It's just when you think about what is my advantages versus a character's like, you know, a Sombra or Moira or Ball, it's not going to be... You have a weapon that can poke them out a little bit, right? So if you shoot a Tracer once and she tries to get in your face, that's really bad for her, right? Same thing with like a Reaper, right? Or we're talking Moira even, right? Like you can poke them out easily enough. So all you need to do is you just don't, because they can chase you if you misuse your cooldowns, right? So just take short range off angles. It's the same thing. We're always taking short range off angles. But the difference between taking this space here and poking from here or poking from here versus going all the way around behind them, that might be dependent on the comp.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Sure. Now what?
High ground.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
kidding.
But wait. We need to chill first, right?
Gotcha. We're outnumbered. Oh, just for excavation initiation.
Yeah, I mean it's just too late. That death killed you. Okay, literally. I think what's happening is there's a few things. You just memorize kind of patterns of how to roll out. And there's not a near enough understanding of like how you need to be actually taking space, if that makes sense. Where are these spaces that are good for me? And then being a little bit more patient once you're there. That's kind of just it. So like right now, this is not a good angle for you with where your team is. Where should you be positioned right now with where your team is?
Probably closer to them.
Yeah, like here, right? Off angle. Even here, off angle, right? Now, I don't know why your Sigma's here. Oh, he just doesn't block hook. But still, the point being is you need to walk and control space along with him. This is not safe for you. You understand? Like, I want to clarify. This is not, you need to be playing more aggressive. Yeah. This is not safe. This is not a short range off angle. This is standing, literally I could draw one line, starting with your Tracer and going through Sigma, EDRE, Venture, and BAP. You guys are in literally one line. Now, to give your Tracer credit, she is behind, but you're not off-angling here, you're not off-angling here, you're not off-angling here. And I know you can say, oh, but I can't off, this is scary. Not versus this comp. You know? Have you ever tried starting here and then burrowing behind corner and ratting, you know? Something to consider. I'm not encouraging you to int here, but this is not safe. This is an off angle, right? This is good. 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 That was really good. That was really good. Like that it's actually incredible that Ashe gave you no attention. You and your Tracer were very close to like killing all of them here. This is good. Now, this is a mistake because what's the status of the battlefield right now in terms of where you are and what's going on? 3 people, right?
Yeah.
So what should you do? Let's see. Now, you should drill dash to cover. Number 1 priority. Where should you go with this drill dash?
Probably in the hotel.
No, that is incorrect.
No.
That is
Behind
thinking
statue.
correct. Well, maybe not even then. I would literally go back to their spawn all the way to here. You got to think what's the hardest spot for them to chase me. Your priority, your bias is to go back towards your team. Right now, that's the most dangerous spot that you could be right now because of where Roadhog is. You understand? Do not reset back to your team unless that's a safe spot for you. And even then, if you reset back to your team, you're going to have to take space all over again. Whereas if you drill dash this direction, what can you do? You stay.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
I think. Yeah, this is kind of like turning gears. Like this comes back to like how I was talking about earlier. How I have like this set plan. Like I do things not in the moment, but how I just do them. Like I feel like
you
I'm
just
on
follow a
like
pattern.
kind of an autopilot.
Right. You got to be instinctual here. The purpose of Venture is to apply pressure and survive on an angle. When you go in here, poking on an angle, okay, but you have to live here, and the only way to live is with hard cover on an angle. You don't go back to your team where there is no, like right here is the most exposed, because he's already looking here. There is no cover here. This is not cover, so you can't live. You understand what I'm saying? Like going in like this, let's be honest, is really aggressive, right? That's really silly, right? But if you literally drill dashed here, you would have had a better chance of living. I mean, look at it, right? Look, right? Your team? No. Now, this is obviously a little bit extra relevant because they're running these super slow characters. But even without it, we got to go. So, like right now, where do we stage? Yes, thank you. I just want to see you use your drill dash for these rotations. You're so slow in these rotates, right? I know you're going to have it by the time you need it. It's fine. I mean, that's just unlucky. Probably would have rotated deeper, but yeah, I mean, it's just trolling. Okay, take space. Where's your space? With where you know enemies are, where should you be right now?
Probably on that high ground right there.
Like here?
Yeah.
That's too far away, and it's not an off angle. You love your high grounds. I mean, look at that. They're already looking at you. This is too far. Just a little too far, right? Can you drill dash close? No. Are you on an angle? No. They're already looking this way, right? You go here, you die instantly. Where do you go?
Over to the room where my Alari's at. Is that my Alari?
Tracer over here? Like here?
Oh, Tracer.
Okay, I mean, you're on mobile. It's fine. Now, but this doesn't get you closer. This gets you a little bit closer, but now what?
No, wait for them to push up.
But they're not going to push up. The cart's over here. You got to get your team out of the choke. You got to create space. Not. There's no urgency right now. Like you're waiting on your team, but yeah, we need to go.
Okay.
Where do we go?
So the flank.
Yeah, where?
Over to the mega with that little room.
Here?
Like, no. Man, I don't even... It's just such a weird choke to play, I feel like. Because anywhere I go, I feel like my team's like so far back in that situation where like I'm going to get chased and my team's not gonna...
Who on earth can keep up with you?
Tracer... I mean, like, I just feel like they're gonna know I'm going back there. So it's like,
so isn't that better for your team though? The more that they know, the more that they chase, the easier it is to walk out of the choke. You need to create some space. You need to put some pressure out in the side. I mean, this is the fundamentals of DPS, right? And I think this is kind of what you're saying. Like the gears are turning. All right, let me explain what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to move here. And then I want you to move here. And then I want you to respond with what you see here. Either you shoot while you're walking forward, or everybody chases you. If everybody chases you, you ready for what I want you to do? I want you to drill dash, burrow, and live way over here. And if they ignore you, then you're going to drill dash up and murder them from here. Because this is a close range off angle. And you ready for this? It's safer than what you're doing right now. You understand?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I'm seeing.
This is scary.
Coming through.
I mean, it's ugly, but this is okay, right? Look at it, right? You did get on the side. Sure.
Watch it. Enemy turret ahead.
This is not safe. Where should you have drill dashed? Pressure, space. Look at me. Eliar is looking at you. Tracer's looking at you. Hog is looking at you. Where'd he go?
Probably to the left corner down there in that little room.
Sure. So you drill dash to here. Now let me ask you a question. If Tracer chases you, is this scary for Tracer? Yes, it is. Very, very scary. Very scary. Can you live? Yes, you can. Are you in a position to, when you get your CDs back, to go back in quickly? Yes, you are. What about now? Are you safe here? Do you have cover here? No. You see that? You got shot.
Yeah.
And what you didn't see was this. Check it. Well, that was real close. You get what I'm saying? You got real lucky. This is kind of what I'm talking about. And you die anyway, right? Why? Because you took damage on the rotation. You need to take angle, disengage to that angle, or to a different angle, over and over and over and over and over and over again. I actually liked you being here. I liked you being here. I don't like how you got there, and I didn't like how you ran away from there. That's the main point. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Where's your next angle with where this fight's going? Well, we'll deal with this threat first. Let's just focus on this. She's way... But see, she created space. You guys... We lost the point here. Okay. Sure. We can even live here. See, you're going to get nervous, but you might be able to live here if you're smart. Just don't get hooked. Okay, well, you know. Now, if you live here, what do you do from this position when your team comes back? Because your team is coming back.
I can just burrow and drill dash onto that high ground right there.
Yeah, you could go to here. Well, but you're always thinking back towards your team. Come on. Be spicier than that, you know? I know there's Tracer on the battlefield, but come on, be spicier than that.
So if I'm sitting in that high ground, I could have pushed towards the bridge high ground, like
sure. Just drop towards here. Get to here. Come on. And then decide what you want to do from there. Run further into the spawn. Live here. Fight the Tracer in the room. She doesn't want to fight you. Listen for Roadhog steps. If Roadhog is giving all the space to chase you here, then just live. Get out. Live for free, right? High ground's fine because you're close. But then that Ash has an angle on you. I mean, we're just kind of cooked from here. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad we looked at this one here because I think the main thing that's standing out here is, nothing really cooled on cycle related or aggression. I mean, we didn't really see a lot of ultimates, but I'm not going to worry as much about that. It's that you need to stop, I guess, memorizing your rollouts. I want you instead looking for short range off angles on your staging, and then from there, when you do your cycle, whether it works well or whether you get pushed, disengage to an angle. Does that make sense? And when I'm saying disengage to an angle, it doesn't necessarily mean a hard flank. It just means something to the side, not back to your team.
Okay.
You understand? And so I really feel like you benefit a lot more from looking at the situation and deciding where is the space that works for me. That's what I want you to start with. Where's the space that works for me? 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 You understand what I'm saying with that? Small rooms, short angles, high grounds that can reach close, get close to people, cover, anything that's playing to your effective range. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to have to break some old habits here, which that might look a little bit different for you, but I want you to
think I can do
practice
it.
that. I want you to practice that. And I want you to keep me updated with how it goes.